Saturday morning. Welcome to the Buddy Saturday Sports Page. I'm your host, Tom Schmitz, live from Pie on Broadway for Brunch on Broadway. Come on down. The morning's starting to get a little nicer. The clouds are clearing. Storm clouds are clearing. The sun's breaking through. Come down to the farm market and then come down and get brunch here at Pie on Broadway. It's a wonderful morning in downtown Ocala. JJ LaSalva back in the studio. JJ, how are you this morning?
Very good, Tom. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. You know, you can't really be in a bad way. I'm Pie on Broadway. I'm smelling all these great smells coming from the kitchen. You know, everything for me is about food, and I can't find a better place on Saturday morning for food than Pie on Broadway. So I'm in great shape. Not near as bad shape as, say, Rutgers is. The Big East takes it on the chin again last night as Virginia Tech wins in overtime in a less than thrilling Russell Athletic Bowl. 13-10, 7-6, 6-6 Virginia Tech, now 7-6, beats 9-3 Rutgers to make Rutgers fall to 9-4. Were you excited about that bowl game last night, JJ?
I watched absolutely 0% of that game, Tom, but ACC gets a big win. It was the first time it would have been the first time since 1992 that Virginia Tech had a losing record. So that's sort of a big deal. But they ended up winning, finished 7-6.
Beamer's boys pull it out in overtime in a boring football game. I'm going to be honest with you. It was a boring game.
The Texas Tech game got crazy.
The Texas Tech game did get a little crazy last night. I didn't even realize Minnesota had a,
winning record.
Football. Yeah, and they don't. They were 6-6. Texas Tech 8-5 7-5 coming into the game, 34-31, and Minnesota, they just wouldn't go away. I didn't
Minnesota had the lead late in the game.
Right, that's what I mean. Texas Tech, it looked like Texas Tech thought that they should win the game pretty easy. Big Ten school, Minnesota, gave Texas Tech all they wanted. But here's my problem. Here are two bowl teams. One's 8-5 now, one's 6-7. Minnesota's in a bowl game with a 2-6 conference record.
In the Big Ten.
In the Big Ten. And they're in a bowl game.
How do you lose 6 games in that conference?
I asked Minnesota. They did. So that's my problem with these bowl games, is you have teams that are in it that really shouldn't be in bowl games.
You want to hear the teams that Minnesota beat this year? UNLV, New Hampshire, Western Michigan, Syracuse, Purdue, and Illinois. So I don't think any of those teams have a winning record.
Oh, huge win by Minnesota. They beat UNLV in triple overtime. Okay? They beat New Hampshire. They beat Western Michigan by 5. They lost to Iowa, a team that only had 2 wins, yet they were in a bowl game. That's my problem with the bowl season. Speaking of the bowl season, we got the Grinders Pick 6 bowl contest. Still got the seats right here. Up here at Pie on Broadway, still got time to come fill them out for the Grinders Pick 6 contest, brought to you by Grinders and WOCA. Grinders, fine men and women's apparel. Go check them out at Grinders. You can pick up your bowl picks at Grinders as well as you're in there doing some nice shopping. Always a nice place to go, Grinders on Silver Springs Boulevard. I'm looking out the window at Pie right now, JJ. Hunter Turner has arrived.
Better late than never, I guess.
You know, if you're gonna get here, at least, if you're gonna be late, at least get here, I guess. So, the bowl games last night, not that stellar. Today on tap for the bowl, we got the Armed Forces Bowl from Amon G. Carter Stadium in Fort Worth, Texas. Air Force versus Rice. That really gets you going, doesn't it, JJ?
I saw something interesting today about this game. On the internet, they said it would be sad if the U.S. Air Force lost in the Military Bowl to a grain, which just sums up the game. I don't want to watch it.
The Air Force, if Air Force loses to Rice in the Military Bowl, that won't be good. Then the Fight Hunger Bowl today has Arizona State going against the Naval Academy. Then the Pinstripe Bowl at Yankee Stadium. West Virginia, 4-point favorite over Syracuse in what used to be a Big East matchup, but isn't a Big East matchup anymore. Then we have the Alamo Bowl, Oregon State versus Texas. And then we have the Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl, TCU versus Michigan State.
Can the NFL please have games on Saturday? What is going on? We got to watch these.
The NFL Network has a game on
no, they don't.
Tonight, don't they? I thought there was a Saturday night game tonight.
No, sir.
No.
So we're stuck with these.
No Saturday night game. So we're stuck with Air Force and Rice, Arizona State and Navy, West Virginia, Syracuse, Oregon State, Texas, and TCU, Michigan State. The Oregon State-Texas game, I may watch that.
Yeah, that's legit. Especially after McCoy and another star player for Texas got into a little drama.
Suspended. Well, it's not been confirmed that they got into a little drama. 2 Texas players under investigation for sexual assault. 21-year-old woman invites 2 Texas players back up to her room, engages in sexual activity with one while the other watches. Then, coincidentally, Case McCoy and Jordan Hicks both sent home for violating team rules out after curfew.
I don't know if that had anything to do with it, Tom.
Connect the dots. Oh, wait. What is that voice? Do we know who this is? What's your name, sir?
Hunter Turner. What's up, Tom?
Hunter Turner in the building.
I showed up.
I guess I got to give you your $1 back, JJ.
Yeah.
Hunter Turner, how are you today, Hunter?
Good. How are you, Tom? Been listening to the show in the car.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I tell you, I watched 0% of that game last night as well.
Just not, the bowl season is just not exciting.
Not yet. I mean, I'm waiting.
I think the first good game that I'm looking at is LSU Clemson in the Chick-fil-A Bowl. That's the first game I'm looking at, and that's Monday. Isn't that the first game that really gets you excited?
Yeah, that's the first matchup between 2 schools that are worth watching. I guess USC, Georgia Tech sort of could be interesting, but Barkley's not even going to play.
Georgia Tech's got a losing record.
Right, and Barkley's not even going to play. Oregon State, Texas today could be interesting. West Virginia puts up a lot of points, but I think that's going to be, I heard it might be in the snow at Yankee Stadium. I'm not sure.
It's snowing in New York as we speak.
Yeah, so they're not going to put up that many points. I mean, maybe Vandy, NC State, just to see what Vandy will do in a bowl game, especially they're 7.5-point favorites. Seems like a massive amount of points to give Vanderbilt. Yeah, but honestly, Chick-fil-A Bowl is the bowl to watch, the first bowl to watch, Monday night.
It really didn't even get, I'm really not even excited for bowl season. Just bring on the national championship game.
That's what I was thinking. The national championship game's the only one on this list that seems like a good matchup.
Next Monday. Not this Monday. Monday a week from now.
Cotton Bowl's good as well.
Right. But I'm not even, Florida plays Louisville, and I know as a Gator fan, I'll watch the game because I'm a Gator fan. But I'm not that excited about the game.
Yeah, neither am I.
I'll watch the game. And I'm not even sure we will watch the game, and that's the only thing we're doing. We'll probably all sit around and have a few adult beverages and grill out and cook and be talking and everything. And, the game's on in the background.
Yeah.
What's that say about where the bowl games are that even Florida fans will be like, the Florida-Louisville game will be on, but I'm not really sure I'm going to give 3.5 hours of attention to it.
It's the fair weather Florida fans, man.
I'm not a fair weather Florida fan. I've been a Florida fan since I was 2 years old. I'm a huge Gator fan. Just not excited about them playing number 21 Louisville.
That's how the system works, though.
The system is only there for extra practice now.
Yep.
The game does not matter unless it's a national championship game. The only thing that matters is the extra 15 practices.
The players get a lot of swag now and stuff like that.
But it's like
good for the players.
To coaching staffs and athletic departments, it's a spring practice before spring. That's all it is.
Without a doubt.
And that's a bad thing. It's been relegated to not meaning anything. And bowl games have never meant much. They were always a good trip to go on for your school and everything. But they've been relegated now to meaningless. It's just about the extra practice days, which to me, a little upsetting. So,
You want to take a phone call, Tom?
yeah, who we got?
Linda.
Linda? I bet she's going to talk about the Packers. Hi, Linda. How are you?
How'd you know? I must have a reputation. Hey, one thing is, I asked my husband to go to the movies with me today, and he said, I can't. I got all this exciting bowl games going on, and I'm listening to you guys, and I'm thinking, there ain't much going on. I think he wanted to get out and go into the show.
I think, yeah, Linda. Hugh is not being
He's
honest
making an
with you.
excuse.
I know. I got this figured out. You guys got me onto his game. He didn't want to go see, what is it called, the Django's Unchained or something, a Western.
Okay. Well, let me tell you
2 hours
something.
and 40 minutes.
Well, Hugh needs to rethink that because that's one of the best movies of the year. I saw the movie 2 nights ago.
Did you?
Incredible movie.
Yeah, I love
It's a
Westerns.
must-see for everybody.
Oh, great. I can't wait to go see it. I'm going to go see it at about 2 o'clock. And I guess he'll probably be watching the bowl games. Yeah. Hey, I'm excited about the Packer game tomorrow. I really am. Even though, you know we got the division wrapped up. But that Viking, going to Minnesota and playing in the Metrodome. And,
Yeah, but are the Packers going to put the best team out there on the field?
well, they have to because they're going for the number 2 seed.
Home field advantage.
Yeah, well, you play one less game, you get home field advantage. You get so much revenue coming into Green Bay. It may be disadvantage if it's like 14 below when we play.
I understand that you're still playing for the number 2 seed, but
Yeah.
I think that you could beat Minnesota with your backups.
Well, we won the Super Bowl with our backups a couple years ago.
You did.
Yeah. That was our B team, right? With our starting quarterback.
Everybody was hurt that year, man.
Yeah. I think Minnesota has a lot more to play for.
Right. Minnesota, if they win,
They go to
it sets up a rematch with Green Bay next week in Lambeau Field in a wild card game.
Wow.
So they have to win.
Yeah, and then Peterson's going for his to beat
Right.
Dickerson's record.
Right.
But I think he's 208 yards.
Yeah,
or
he's a
something?
while away, but if anybody can do it, Adrian Peterson can do it.
Yeah, I never really knew much about him until Farr went up there for that year or 2 years.
He's
and,
a beast.
He was good. I liked him. AP. Yeah, he was great.
University of Oklahoma graduate.
Is he?
Really a great running back. And the thing with AP is we watched his knee explode on television last year.
Right.
Yeah, that was
And to be
bad.
back running the way he's running is an amazing feat.
Sure, for a running back, yeah. And to almost, what is that, like 2,100 yards or almost 2,200 yards he'll have if he...
And that's insane in a league where it's basically a passing league now. You don't really hear about many running backs getting that
I
many
said that
yards.
this morning. I said that's amazing because this is a passing league.
Right.
Well, the problem, why he's able to do it in Minnesota, right?
They don't have a passing game?
Yeah.
Because Christian Ponder is terrible.
They said he had like a rubber arm.
Yeah, but that's what's crazy. Everyone knows he's going to be running the ball, and they still can't stop AP.
They still
Yeah, well,
cannot
they must
stop
have a
it.
great line, to open it up for him and that. So it'll be interesting. I almost hope he gets it. I like him. I think he's a nice guy. And he's this is his time to shine, and if he can get it, if he can get 208 yards and we can score 600, we can get 600 passing yards, it'll be good. We'll win.
Well,
He'll win. Everybody wins.
Linda, I have a feeling you think Green Bay is going to win the football game.
I hope so. I can't say for sure because any given Sunday, but I'm hoping.
Well,
I want home field advantages. Oh, Huey says no, but he don't know much. He don't even want to go to a good movie.
When you hang up with us, you tell Hugh we know what his story is. He's not got bowl games to watch. He needs to go to the movies.
All right, I'll tell him.
All right, Linda,
We're on to him. You guys have a great day.
Thanks, Linda, so much for your call. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk NFL playoffs and all the ways that people can get in, people can get out. The Giants still have a chance if they win and President Obama gives somebody a pardon, and there's 2 steak dinners given away for free at a restaurant in Houston. Somehow the Giants can still get in. JJ will explain all that to us next on Buddy Saturday Sports Page on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
Every day we hear another story about innovation or about cutting-edge technology taking place right here in Ocala. The power plant, IHMC, Ocala 489. Did you know that important medical research is also being conducted here that may impact hundreds of thousands of people in the country someday? Maybe you've heard the name Renstar, but like so many others, perhaps you didn't realize that Renstar Medical Research is one of the top facilities of its kind anywhere in the U.S. There are important research studies being conducted by a highly qualified team of medical experts at Renstar, impacting decisions of major pharmaceutical companies and bringing new drugs to market. And you can be a part of these studies, as so many local people have done and are currently doing. Renstar has conducted more than 500 studies since its inception and would like to extend the opportunity to you to be a part of these cutting-edge programs. Call 877-629-5800 or 352-629-5800 if you'd like to know more. Renstar Medical Research, locally owned and operated in beautiful downtown Ocala. Renstar, seeking tomorrow's answers to the health questions of today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And State Farm agent Angie Lewis is always there too, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. At the Angie Lewis State Farm Agency, they go far beyond any slogan. Angie wants to help you adjust your insurance needs as your life evolves, from everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. They want to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. Each week on The Voice of Ocala, they feature a Good Neighbor of the Week, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. They're also big sports fans and sponsor our weekly State Farm State of the State report, which highlights a different college sports program each week. The Angie Lewis Agency of Ocala is located at 1122 Northeast 36th Avenue, where visitors are always welcome and the coffee pot is always on. Call your Good Neighbor State Farm agent today, Angie Lewis, at 291-2444.
They've served our country. They've kept us free. And they need your help.
We're sitting in Veterans Park. You can't sit here not realizing that you're surrounded by heroes. There are a lot of heroes in our community. A lot of heroes, unfortunately, are not in good financial shape. They're hurting both physically and financially. We step in and help directly. Our role is to reach out to them. We're there to help the veteran. We do counseling. We do outreach. Sometimes it's just coming into the office and sitting down and saying, hey, I've got a problem, and you're talking to another veteran who understands that problem.
Everybody who works for the Vets Helping Vets are awesome, and they are so kind to everybody. They're like my second family. They really are.
They have been there during the holidays. I have gotten unexpected visits, assistance.
Vets Helping Vets of Marion County needs your help. Call today, 352-433-2320, and pledge your support to Vets Helping Vets of Marion County.
It really has been a blessing.
Hello, I'm Dawn Lovell, lead event designer and owner at Party Time Rentals. Have you ever wondered what it takes to make an event spectacular? Well, look no further. It's what we do every day, whether you're hosting an intimate dinner for 10 or a gala for thousands. At Party Time Rentals, we find just the right style and elegance to make your event a success. Our extensive inventory of the finest in chandeliers, tents, crystal, china, and specialty items is featured in our fabulous showroom. Stop by and say hello. It's a great way to get ideas for an event and experience for yourself how you can make your party time special.
Party Time Rentals, located on Southwest 10th Street, just off Route 200 in Ocala, and off Southwest 34th Street in Gainesville. For more information, call 352-629-8858. That's 352-629-8858. The party begins at Party Time.
We're back on Buddy Saturday Sports Page, live from Pie on Broadway, from Brunch on Broadway. Beautiful downtown Ocala. A little overcast today, a little rain in the forecast. Not putting a damper on anything going on here at Pie, though. Brunch is cooking. I can smell the smells coming out of the kitchen. I'm joined now by Adam Volpe, chef at Pie. Adam, what do we got going on in the kitchen today?
Well, we got a nice special, the tortilla de patata. That's the Spanish-style potato and onion pan omelet. And we serve that with fresh avocado, pico de gallo, and a little cilantro cream. Get a little side salad and mixed greens with that. And, of course, we have our regular fare, our pizzas, our sandwiches and salads, and our brunch selections, such as huevos rancheros and the chorizo and blue cheese frittata.
That frittata's good.
Yes.
That's Buddy's favorite. That's Buddy's favorite. Buddy loves the frittata. I'm partial to chicken and waffles myself.
I know it. That's next week, pal.
I know. I'm well aware. Chicken and waffles next week. So, if I come to Pie, though, and I don't want breakfast, I can still get the whole menu, but what if I just want some beverages?
Oh, well, we got you covered. We got all the finest craft beers in town. We got a full liquor bar, Bloody Marys, mimosas, you know.
What more could you want? Pie's got everything. They got great food, great craft beers, full liquor bar,
and some Tucker in the kitchen.
And Tucker and you here working.
That's right.
What more could you ask for?
Nothing.
Well, Juan, if Juan
I'm good.
That would seal it if Juan.
No, I'm good with that.
You're good without him, yeah. Well, Adam, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks, man.
Adam Volpe, chef at Pie on Broadway. JJ, Hunter's looking at me now. Hunter can't get his headset on. I might have to get Julie Stewart to come over here to help Hunter get his headset on.
I'm hungry thinking about that.
I know. I'm starving myself just thinking about it. So, JJ, when we went to break, we were talking about these crazy scenarios.
Right. This is always the fun part about Week 17 in the NFL.
So what gets me is Green Bay's at Minnesota. Green Bay clinches a first-round bye if they win, or if they tie and San Francisco loses or ties, or if San Francisco loses and Seattle loses or ties.
Which is impossible.
About that is, it's impossible because San Francisco's playing Seattle.
No, they're not. They're playing St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Oh, I thought they were playing Seattle.
No. Oh, wait. Seattle is playing San Francisco.
Yeah, Seattle's playing the 49ers.
No, they played them last weekend.
Seattle played
No, they didn't, Hunter.
Okay, look, JJ, why don't you look at the schedule in front of you?
They did. They lost it.
They beat them 42-13.
Yes, that's right.
Sunday.
He's right. Seattle lost to Seattle beat
Niners
San
play
Francisco.
Cardinals.
Yeah, Niners play the Cardinals. That's right. San Francisco's at the Cardinals. Now, here's what San Francisco can clinch the NFC West if they win or tie. If Seattle loses or ties, San Francisco clinches a first-round bye if they win and Green Bay loses or ties, or if San Francisco ties and Green Bay loses.
Yes.
Are you up with that?
No.
I think the hardest one might be to figure out is the NFC East, where you got the Giants still in it.
The Redskins are facing the Cowboys. Redskins clinch the East if they win or tie. They clinch a playoff berth if Chicago loses and Minnesota loses. The Cowboys clinch the East if they win. If they beat the Redskins, they clinch the East.
Which is the most simplest out of all of these.
Right. The New York Giants are playing the Eagles. The New York Giants clinch a playoff berth if the New York Giants win, plus Dallas loses or ties, plus Chicago loses, plus Minnesota loses. Did you get all that?
It's going to be very, very tough for the Giants to get in.
Minnesota clinches a playoff berth if they win, or if they tie and Chicago loses or ties, Dallas loses or ties, plus New York loses or ties, plus Chicago loses. And the Chicago Bears, if they win and Minnesota loses, they're in, and if they tie and Minnesota loses, they're in. So there's still, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams still to be determined playoff berths where they're at. And the Packers, 8 teams in the NFC.
There's going to be a lot of scoreboard watching going on tomorrow.
A lot of scoreboard watching. Now let's look at the AFC. The AFC, Houston, Texas. 4 weeks ago, everybody was saying this was the best team in the NFL. They could end up with a 3rd seed if they don't watch what they're doing.
Right. Right now they're 12-3, top of the table, but that could change drastically if the Colts with Pagano back.
Right.
Houston's never won in Indianapolis before.
Never in the history of the franchise.
Which is not that long, but...
Now, Houston can clinch a first-round bye if they win or tie. New England loses or ties, and Denver loses. They clinch home field advantage throughout if they win. Or if they tie and Denver loses or ties, or New England loses or ties, plus the Denver loss.
The problem for them is New England plays Miami and Denver plays Kansas City, so those teams should easily win.
Houston has to win. Now, here's a team last year, 8-8. Won a playoff game against the Pittsburgh Steelers with Tim Tebow at quarterback. This year, they can clinch a first-round bye. They can even get home field advantage as the best team with the best record in the NFL. How far have the Denver Broncos improved by adding number 16 to the lineup, JJ?
16.
18.
Oh, is it 18? Yeah, 18. Listen, 16. I'm going with 16. 18. By adding 18 to the lineup.
They're 12-3 now. They're going to need sort of a lot to happen for them to get home field advantage, but, man, what a difference one player makes. We knew they had a good defense last year, a solid running game. Tebow had all his magic. This year, they got Peyton. They don't need all that magic. 12-3.
And it's not that crazy that they can get home field advantage throughout. All they have to do is beat Kansas City, which we all think is
and the AFC is complete garbage. Honestly, the Texans are the number one team. The Texans are not. I don't think they're a great team.
But the Texans could end up being the third team. If Houston loses in Indianapolis, a place they've never won, there's a third seed.
To me, the Patriots and the Broncos are the only teams in the AFC that have any chance of winning a Super Bowl. Anytime you have the Texans, Ravens, who are struggling big time, Colts and Bengals making the playoffs, you're in a weak conference. The NFC, they got some powerhouses over there. The Falcons are killing everybody. The Niners are a great team. The Packers are a great team. And even the Redskins. And we haven't even talked about the Seahawks. The Redskins could make some noise in the playoffs if RG3 comes out.
I think the Redskins lose to the Cowboys.
That could easily happen. And the Cowboys, who knows what Tony Romo could do in the playoffs?
He's not done much in the playoffs before. Tony Romo's got that Matt Ryan monkey on his back with playoffs. He hasn't done much in the playoffs.
As long as they don't have him holding the ball on kicks, it's fine.
Speaking of holding, we got an interview that's holding in the wings that we're going to replay after this break. Tim Casey, Mr. Florida Baseball, joined us earlier in the week. We talked about the University of Florida's bowl game against Louisville and the chance that Florida has with its baseball season less than 60 days away till first pitch, Hunter, for the University of Florida baseball team. We'll replay that interview we had with Tim Casey next on Buddy Saturday Sports Page on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
Hello, I'm Dawn Lovell, lead event designer and owner at Party Time Rentals. Have you ever wondered what it takes to make an event spectacular? Well, look no further. It's what we do every day, whether you're hosting an intimate dinner for 10 or a gala for thousands. At Party Time Rentals, we find just the right style and elegance to make your event a success. Our extensive inventory of the finest in chandeliers, tents, crystal, china, and specialty items is featured in our fabulous showroom. Stop by and say hello. It's a great way to get ideas for an event and experience for yourself how you can make your party time special.
Party Time Rentals, located on Southwest 10th Street, just off Route 200 in Ocala, and off Southwest 34th Street in Gainesville. For more information, call 352-629-8858. That's 352-629-8858. The party begins at Party Time.
Requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price affects trade allowance. Offers don't combine.
Ho, ho, ho. It's the holidays.
Hey, this is Santa. Chris Spears from Prestige. Auto sales are up 13% for the year, and interest rates are at an all-time low. I'm selling cars faster than I can get them, and I'm in a ho, ho, ho lot of trouble.
So this week, Santa is paying as much as double for your old sled.
Based on the nicer, newer car you choose, I will pay you up to twice the appraised value for your old car. Don't wait till next year to drive the car of your dreams.
Yes, you could get double for your old car right now. Plus, our For the People credit approval process can approve your credit whether you've been naughty or nice.
I need cars now. I'll pay you a lot more for your old sled, which means you can drive a nicer, newer car today.
Hurry, the ho 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 ends once Santa has a ho 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 lot of cars.
I'm Chris Spears, and I'm a dealer for the people. Visit me at Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala or Bellevue.
Or call 694-1234. See you at Prestige.
Every day we hear another story about innovation or about cutting-edge technology taking place right here in Ocala. The Power Plant, IHMC, Ocala 489. Did you know that important medical research is also being conducted here that may impact hundreds of thousands of people in the country someday? Maybe you've heard the name Renstar, but like so many others, perhaps you didn't realize that Renstar Medical Research is one of the top facilities of its kind anywhere in the U.S. There are important research studies being conducted by a highly qualified team of medical experts at Renstar, impacting decisions of major pharmaceutical companies and bringing new drugs to market. And you can be a part of these studies, as so many local people have done and are currently doing. Renstar has conducted more than 500 studies since its inception and would like to extend the opportunity to you to be a part of these cutting-edge programs. Call 877-629-5800 or 352-629-5800 if you'd like to know more. Renstar Medical Research, locally owned and operated in beautiful downtown Ocala. Renstar, seeking tomorrow's answers to the health questions of today. If you need a sign or a banner for your yard or your business or your campaign, I'd recommend you go to Signs Unlimited at 318 South Magnolia in Ocala. Screen printing, embroidery, digital graphics. Do what I did when we needed signs for the Save the Marion Theater Group. Go see Vic Buttermore at Signs Unlimited if you want quality work with a fast turnaround from somebody who is deeply committed to his community and always ready to assist you. There's a reason Vic's slogan is, "It's our business to make your business better." Sign up for Signs Unlimited. Call 732-7341 today.
I've got a sweeter song than the birds in the trees. Well, I guess you say, what can make me feel this way, my girl?
We're back on Buddy Saturday Sports Page, live from Pie on Broadway, from Brunch on Broadway. Come on downtown. It's a little gloomy out, but it's still great inside pie. They got the food cooking here. Brunch going, got frittatas cooking. Hunter, you're going to enjoy some of the food after we get off the radio, aren't you?
Without a doubt. I love it here.
Without a doubt. Hunter loves it. Gets Hunter's seal of approval. So come on down to Pie on Broadway. Still got time to fill out your Grinders Pick 6 bowl game contest. Come down, get a sheet, fill it out, pick 6 games, turn it in. You win, you're going to get a Grinders gift certificate and some other goodies. Brought to you by WOCA. Earlier this week, Tim Casey, Mr. Florida Baseball, joined us talking about the University of Florida and the University of Louisville and the Sugar Bowl, plus the expectations of UF baseball less than 60 days away from first pitch. Here's the interview that I conducted with Tim Casey earlier this week.
Big game between Virginia Tech and the State University of New Jersey. Virginia Tech going to wear the number, I believe it's the number 57, or what the number they're wearing on their helmet, on the side of their helmet, their practice helmets, to remember the victims of the Virginia Tech shooting plus the Newtown, Connecticut shooting. Is that bowl game getting much play up in New Jersey? Is it a big deal that Rutgers is in a bowl game, the one down in Orlando?
No, because they were hoping to be in the Orange Bowl or the Sugar Bowl had they beat Louisville to be in the BCS. Although I was surprised, I went to the Jets game this past Sunday, Tebow's final game on the bench in New Jersey, and I couldn't believe how many people were talking about college football. This is a pro sports town, but the Rutgers move to the Big Ten has gotten a lot of people talking about college football up here. The whole time I lived up here, it was never like that.
Rutgers moved to the Big Ten. I got a story I'm going to talk about later about Boise State trying to stay in the Mountain West because of all the people that have just bolted from the Big East. Now let's talk Florida, Louisville. Florida at 11-1, way outkicked any coverage anybody thought they were going to be this year. I thought they were going to be an 8-4 football team. I know you had talked about they'd be right around there. Vegas had them at 7.5 as the over/under. So if you bet the over, you made money in Vegas. Louisville at 10-2, 2 losses in the Big East. Come in averaging 31 points a game. Florida averages giving up 12.9 points a game. And I said before you get on with us, this is a lose-lose for Florida because if Florida wins the Sugar Bowl, well, they were supposed to win the Sugar Bowl. They're the second or third best team in the best conference in the country. If they lose the Sugar Bowl, there are going to be people out there that say Florida's a fraud and Louisville proved it. But in actuality, isn't it just that it's a game that is 40 days after the regular season ends and nobody really cares about?
Well, nobody really cares about it. There's a lot to that, just judging by the ticket sales, the problems that they're having with that.
But, the coaches don't care about that. They care about the extra 2 or 3 weeks of practices they get, the experience of the players. It's a big deal even for the Florida players to go to New Orleans and stay in the hotel there. Had they had to go to Tampa or Orlando again, it's not the same experience. It's not a big deal for them. It's a shame that the fans aren't really getting excited about it because it is a big deal to play in a BCS game. The Sugar Bowl is one of those, big boy bowl games that you should be excited to go to. And for whatever reason, because they lost the close games to Georgia, they're 11-1 instead of 12-0.
Well, you say it's a big boy bowl game to BCS. My problem with it being a big boy bowl game is if it's such a big boy bowl game and the BCS is such big boy football, single-digit rankings should be in all these games. You shouldn't have a number 21 playing in this game. I know the rules say that that's how it is, but doesn't that take away some of the importance of these games by having such lopsided matchups?
Well, you're speaking to a larger issue about the BCS and the way it's been and the way it's going to go. I'll argue that the old system of the bowl games prior to the BCS was maybe a better system for the fans because, like you said, you did get the better games in the game, the better matchups in the games. You didn't get these automatic tie-ins where you've got Northern Illinois playing in a BCS game. That's great. I'm sure that's awesome. It's cute that that they're in a game like that. But whoever they play for a BCS conference, they're going to get trounced, and everybody knows that. But you're exactly right, and I think that even with the playoff happening next year, for those even a 14 playoff, that first weekend of playoff games, if you, as a fan, if you've only got the money to go to one game and you think your team's going to be in that championship game, you're probably going to save your money and book your travel for that championship game. And I think you're going to have ticket sales problems for all those games. It won't fix the ticket sales problem.
Well, I think with the 4-game playoff coming up, to use the existing BCS bowls is going to be an incorrect move. I played in a playoff system, as you know, and the only reason that the stadiums are full in playoff games in 1AA is because they're played at the home field of the team that's higher seeded, so they get the home field crowd in there. I don't think anyone's going to travel to New Orleans to see, let's just pick 2 teams. See Virginia Tech play USC in the opening round of a 4-team playoff.
That's exactly right. And even with that, because more people are going to watch that on television, which is going to mean there's going to be less interest in those lesser games because it's more attention looking ahead towards the playoff games and the championship game. Right now, everybody's looking ahead to a championship game, so it kind of draws the interest away from the lesser games and in these big stadiums and with bad crowds. It looks horrible on TV, but obviously it works for somebody, or they wouldn't be doing it.
I like when I was a kid when you had 4 games on January 1st. It was over after January 1st, and the Cotton Bowl was important, not the Fiesta Bowl. But that's just me. Tim, I got you for about 2 more minutes. It's not quite time yet, but I thought I heard a ping in the air. I thought I heard bat meeting ball in the air up in Gainesville. Kevin O'Sullivan's guys are going to get cranked up end of January, 1st of February. What's the Florida baseball team look like this year? He should have another team that should threaten Omaha, shouldn't he?
Certainly threaten Omaha, yeah. Because the strength of their team is still their pitching. They lost a lot of guys to graduation and the draft last year, but what they're bringing back is very impressive. Carson Whitson and Jonathan Crawford are going to be probably the best 1-2 punch in college baseball across the country. And the newcomers in the team, a lot of guys flew under the radar as far as the Major League draft, and were able to get to campus and saw some good things from them in fall baseball practice. So I think they're going to have a good team. It's going to be exciting. And, Kevin O'Sullivan, he's building a program. He's building a machine that, continually bringing good guys in there and developing players. Jonathan Crawford, who threw the no-hitter in the playoff game last year, he only pitched 5 innings his freshman year. So that's the kind of system that they're building up there in Gainesville. It's exciting for fans to watch, and you've got it right. It's less than 60 days away from first pitch.
Right, and people say, that they love football at the University of Florida, and that they don't like when Florida has to rebuild. They just wish that we could get to a program, that the University of Florida could get to a program that reloads, much like Alabama does in football, not rebuild every few years. Kevin Sullivan has brought that to the University of Florida, where it looks more of a reload than a rebuild year after year.
Well, the biggest thing he does is recruiting. He does a great job bringing in talent, and also keeping those guys, away. He does it under the radar. He doesn't publicize who he gets the verbal commitments from, and even tries to keep the signings under the radar as well, because all it does is attract more attention from the pro scouts to possibly get those guys drafted and keep them away from campus coming out of high school. Even getting guys to enroll early, like Taylor Gushu, who is a phenomenal freshman for the Gators and looks to be the starting catcher for him next year. He's 17 years old on campus, hit a home run on the first pitch he saw in college, and then kind of came back to earth, and good thing, because they had All-American Player of the Year Mike Zunino to be the catcher. He didn't have to play. Well, now that he's had that time to learn and adjust, here he is, this seasoned veteran, going to be behind the plate for the Gators, and that's what he's doing. He does. Kevin O'Sullivan was a catcher when he played, and then he was a pitching coach, and at Clemson, and a recruiter, and that's what he does. He is the pitching coach. The other two assistant coaches on staff don't work with the pitchers. That's all Kevin O'Sullivan.
Well, I look forward to the University of Florida baseball season this year, as I know you do, and I really look forward to a certain Tuesday in the year when quite possibly the greatest university in the world comes in to play the University of Florida. So,
that Georgia Southern game, the Gators have gotten better in those midweek games. They're not trotting out the walk-on guys trying to throw it underhand. They've got some heavy-duty players playing in those midweek games.
Well, I know in the last 2 years, Georgia Southern's 1-1. That's all I know. With a shutout. That's all I know. They shut Florida out 2 years ago. That's all I'm saying.
George Southern had a hell of a player, but I think that kid's gone now. So
yeah, he is. He's in advanced A now.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes.
All right, Tim, will you have a safe holiday up there in New Jersey? When are you coming back this way? When will I see you again?
January 2nd.
January 2nd. Well, be safe. Tell your brother Marcus that Happy New Year, and Happy New Year to you and your family up there in New Jersey.
That was Tim Casey, Mr. Florida Baseball, talking to the University of Florida Louisville Bowl game and the University of Florida's prospects for the upcoming baseball season. Tim really thinks that the Gator baseball team, because they're so pitching heavy, that they could just maybe reload instead of rebuild. They got a great pitching staff, strong pitching staff, and in college baseball, you got a good pitching staff. It can take you a long way. Really looking forward to the baseball season with the University of Florida this year. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Rex Ryan mad at the New York media. There's a surprise. Plus, there's a winning streak in the NBA that's reached 16 games. We'll tell you who did that next on Buddy Saturday Sports Page on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. Streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
Tired of the same old eggs, bacon, and toast breakfast? Is your lunch options drab and boring? There is an alternative for you that combines a great breakfast and a great lunch. Pie on Broadway's Brunch on Broadway provides an enjoyable alternative to the same old meal options. Come enjoy a frittata or a flatbread pizza. You can try a huevos rancheros or chicken and waffles. There are many unique menu options at Pie on Broadway. You can also enjoy a complete bar selection as well as fine craft beer options. So remember, try the alternative to that boring breakfast and lunch with Brunch on Broadway at Pie on Broadway every Saturday starting at 10 a.m. But if you can't make it on Saturdays, Pie is open all week with a fine menu selection as well. So remember, if you're looking for an alternative to that boring breakfast or lunch, Brunch on Broadway Saturday at Pie on Broadway beginning at 10 a.m. We'll see you there at Pie on Broadway. Recently, I had a great conversation with General Manager Pat Murray on the special events at Country Club of Ocala.
We have a lot of special events here that are geared towards the family. Easter comes to mind. We have an Easter bunny who hops around on the driving range, and We usually hide somewhere in the neighborhood of 3,000 eggs and turn them loose and let them go harvest the eggs. We have a great family celebration here on the 4th of July where it's a traditional cookout, if you will. And as the sun goes down, the driving range becomes alive with probably one of the better fireworks displays in the area. Breakfast with Santa is a big deal.
Country Club of Ocala, where the Easter Bunny, Santa, and all the children, large and small, are a big deal on every special occasion. For more information, call 352-237-6644. That's 352-237-6644. Country Club of Ocala, proud sponsor of the Monday Gator Report right here on The Source.
They've served our country. They've kept us free. And they need your help.
We're sitting in Veterans Park. You can't sit here not realizing that you're surrounded by heroes. There are a lot of heroes in our community. A lot of heroes, unfortunately, are not in good financial shape. They're hurting both physically and financially. We step in and help directly. Our role is to reach out to them. We're there to help the veteran. We do counseling. We do outreach. Sometimes it's just coming into the office and sitting down and saying, hey, I've got a problem, and you're talking to another veteran who understands that problem.
Everybody who works for the Vets Helping Vets are awesome, and they are so kind to everybody. They're like my second family. They really are.
They have been there during the holidays. I have gotten unexpected visits, assistance.
Vets Helping Vets of Marion County needs your help. Call today, 352-433-2320, and pledge your support to Vets Helping Vets of Marion County.
It really has been a blessing.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, inviting you to drop by our main office on Silver Springs Boulevard every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. for the Community Gazette, a 3-hour show focusing on our favorite community to live and work, Ocala, Marion County. Come join us with the voice of Ocala, Buddy Martin, in the new old-fashioned bank radio studio as we discuss a variety of interesting topics on the Community Gazette on WOCA The Source.
Talk to me so you can see what's going on.
We're back on Buddy Saturday Sports Days live from Pie on Broadway, Brunch on Broadway. Time to come down, get your Grinders Pick 6 contest for the bowl games. Pick your 6 bowl games out of 21 that started. The bowl games start today. On tap for today's bowl games, the Armed Forces Bowl between Air Force and Rice, Fight Hunger Bowl between Arizona State and Navy, the Pinstripe Bowl, West Virginia takes on Syracuse, the Alamo Bowl, Oregon State versus Texas, the Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl, TCU versus Michigan State. Those are the games that are on tap for today. I was reading on ESPN.com this morning a story about Rex Ryan and him being angry. I'd be angry, too, if I was Rex Ryan, being that the Jets are terrible, being that his coaching ability is almost zero, being that his play, the way they've handled Tim Tebow, Greg McElroy, and Mark Sanchez is deplorable. But that's not what Rex is mad about. Rex is mad because there's a report in the New York Daily News that he would welcome being fired if owner Woody Johnson didn't make off-season changes in the upcoming off-season. Rex thought that he had to come out and answer this charge. He said it's totally untrue. The fact is, and it's simple, this is the only team I want to coach, period. I think anybody that knows me knows that I'm telling you the truth. I'm sorry, anytime a coach comes out and says I'm telling you the truth, usually he's lying.
That's right.
Rex was, according to a report, Rex was so mad, he was mad as a hornet. He was described as both angry and so upset that he openly cried in a team meeting. I'd openly cry too if I was the coach of the Jets because they suck. JJ, is this just a story just
this is
because
just a Jets
it's
story?
New York City?
Yes. This is one of those dumb Jet stories. Okay, he's open to being let go if they don't make off-season changes. He needs to be happy he still has a job, man. Rex Ryan's nothing more than a good coordinator. I don't know how much longer he's going to be the head coach of the Jets.
Woody Johnson should make off-season changes.
Yeah,
like
give it to
fire the
him.
head coach. that's the off-season change that needs to be made.
I mean,
a new coaching staff.
Woody Johnson kind of put him in a crazy situation this offseason, and the GM by getting Tebow.
Because that was strictly a Woody Johnson move.
Right. There's no reason. Why is he on the team? Rex doesn't want him on the team. You know, the offensive coordinator didn't want him on the team. They don't use him. They don't want to use the Wildcat, I guess. There's no reason for him to be on the team. The offseason changes that need to be made. They need a quarterback and they need a head coach.
Right. They need a head coach. They need a quarterback. They need some receivers.
Yes, and I've been saying this all season.
They need a running back.
I think that the starting quarterback for the opening game next year for the Jets will be Alex Smith. Or Michael Vick, somebody like that.
Alex Smith's getting a lot of play. Alex Smith will be the most sought-after quarterback, I believe.
I think Vick might.
In the off-season. You think Vick may get more?
Yeah, just because he has a history of actually winning in this league. Alex Smith has one season. But isn't it, crazy how in the NFL lately, how quick these teams are to forget about their quarterbacks and their coach? I mean, Alex Smith was one win away from a Super Bowl. Now he's on the sideline holding a clipboard for Colin Kaepernick.
And let's remember, Alex Smith this year, before he went down with injury,
was winning,
and his quarterback rating had him as one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league.
They just don't see him winning a Super Bowl.
You got to give it to Harbaugh, though. Harbaugh made the decision, and while he openly was, wishy-washy about, oh, no, he's our guy, he stuck with Kaepernick. He made the decision. He stuck with Kaepernick, good or bad, and he's going to play out the season with Kaepernick because that's who he sees as his best chance to win the Super Bowl, I guess.
I thought after the beatdown last week they might put Alex Smith back in for the playoff run, but it looks like Harbaugh's got his guy.
It does look like Harbaugh has his guy, so I don't know how that's going to play out. I'm not real sure. All these rookies, how they come in and play right away is amazing.
Well, he's a second-year player, but I get what you're saying. It's basically the same thing.
Right, he's a rookie, basically. Yeah. Let's switch gears and jump to the NBA. Last night, 16 games in a row, JJ. The Los Angeles Clippers.
Yeah, the other Los Angeles
16-game winning streak, 24-6. They're even 10-3 on the road. That's an amazing road record. 10-3 on the road. They beat Utah last night, 116-114. A Jazz team that's barely 500. But the amazing thing about this was they were in Salt Lake City for the game in Utah. Had to come back from 19 down to win the basketball game. How good is this Clipper team, JJ?
Sorry, I was on the phone. I didn't hear what you said.
How good is this Clipper team?
To win 16 games in a row in the NBA, you're very good. I think they're the best team in the West right now, but at the end of the season, I think it's going to be Oklahoma City.
Blake Griffin last night, 22 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. He's starting to actually have a basketball game that's a little better than just slam dunk highlights.
Oh, he can shoot now. He's getting a little off the backboard shots going on. He's posting up more. He's becoming a better all-around player. He's not, on SportsCenter you see him just dunking all over the place. But Blake Griffin can play.
Well, but this is new to his game, though. The last year or so, he started developing these shots. Be honest, the first couple years in the league, the slam dunk was pretty much his game.
It still is top of his game, but he can play, he can rebound, he helps the team. And Chris Paul coming in, man, changed this team 100%. Wouldn't you like to see what would have happened if Chris Paul would have been able to go to the Lakers last year? That would have been insane, man.
If Chris Paul was there instead of Steve Nash, the Lakers would be almost
unstoppable.
It's the Clippers' winning streak, longest in the NBA since the Celtics won 19 in a row in November and December of 2008. This is the last time the franchise won 3 straight in Salt Lake City. This was their 3rd straight win in Salt Lake City against Utah. 3rd time going to Utah and winning in a row. That hasn't happened since they were the San Diego Clippers in the 79-80 season.
Wow. Do you want to take a phone call real quick?
Yeah, let's take a phone call real quick. Got 1 minute.
1 minute.
Hugh, we got 1 minute. How are you, sir?
Oh, pretty good. I need some help today. Linda caught on to my little football game here, so I guess we're going to see Django, or whatever that is.
Django Unchained. It's a great movie, Hugh.
It only has 2.5 stars, though, in the paper.
Well, the critics are just
The paper's dumb.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Say, real quick, what game should I tape now? What bowl game do you think is worth watching?
Texas versus Oregon State.
That's the one, huh?
Yeah, the Texas-Oregon State game's the only one I'm watching today.
Yeah, the rest are
the
kind
Alamo
of,
Bowl. The Alamo Bowl.
Yeah. Okay, you guys. Nice talking. Take care. Have a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too, Hugh.
Okay, bye now.
So,
even calling in on the Saturday show. Love it, man.
I know. He's great. He's great. So the Clippers, class of the NBA right now, 16-game win streak. Let me tell you what's not class. The NFL. Ed Reed fined $55,000 for a high hit on the New York Giants' Victor Cruz last weekend. Are you kidding me? He tackled him. He didn't hit him hard. He didn't leave his feet. He didn't jump into him. He didn't headhunt. He didn't hit him with the crown of his helmet to his chin or anything. He tackled the man. Are you kidding me? $55,000 for playing tackle football. Do you just want to put all of them in cheerleader skirts and let them run around? It's becoming flag football, the NFL. You kidding me with this? Ed Reed's been fined $105,000 for 2 hits that were good football. Even Victor Cruz said it was a good hit, clean hit. You need to realize what's going on in the NFL. You're making a mockery of the game. You're making it where only